Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Dem YouTube show. Intellectual,
yet stimulating.
fair, frank, and factual. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to... It's not really extra class. I just come to talk my mind. I just talk how me feel. No man no fear, read the spiky. Them something there. You understand what I say? Peeps, big up on yourself. I'm kind of under where the name is sitting there, but we are give thanks for life. You understand? Despite the stress and the strife. Peeps, manners and respect. For all the people who are here, I hope that you, your family, your friends, your associates, your colleagues, they are doing well in these COVID climes. The struggle continues. The struggle is still real. The struggle is still here. And apparently COVID not going nowhere. I have been missing from the streaming scene for a few weeks now. On and off, I have seen the big stories. I have seen people's reactions. I have seen the COVID situation stabilized. I have seen it get out of hand. I have seen the blame game. I have seen the politicking. I have seen everything. I have seen the compound situation. I have heard the different perspectives and viewpoints. You know, we are going to share a little 2 cents on them things. And, you know what I mean? Crime is at a criminal level presently. And where do we go from here? Every time you think it can get worse, you are surprised. The whole vaccination situation, the debate still rages on. Those who are pro-vaccine versus the anti-vaxxers versus the vaccine hesitants. I won't leave my things. It's a myriad of things. So we come for talk. You understand? And some of this I talk my mind. So now when I talk my mind, people get vexed and some people take offense. And you understand? So I'm not really too busy with nobody tonight. You see me? You share your views. You are entitled to your views and your opinion. And any of the topics that I will be addressing, you're free to have your views and your opinions. And likewise, I am free to have mine. I won't tell you that yours is wrong or yours is right. And I won't tell you that mine is right. See, you are free to take from what I said. Or not. It don't really matter. But big up to the ones who been a check in and I said teach you how miss the stream. People like Rosie B, Empress Mac, some more of people, B Empressy. You understand? The people them have been and say, yo teach, how I go on. But we're there. Truth is, I have been tired. I think that is, and it's not just physical exhaustion, it's mental, it is some, you understand? I think I was probably suffering from burnout as well. One of the time, you know, having running the channel from 2016 non-stop, teaching full-time same way non-stop. I think that has, you know, taken its toll. But it just did need for, you know what I mean? So I'm not say I'm there back full-time, but we're there. You see me? And then I'm here again, and he has been sick for the better part of a week now. Well, over a week. He's doing much better now. Had to take him to the doctor. Someone put medication on him. So we'll give thanks. It was rough on him for a couple of days, really rough. But yeah, he's a local soldier too. You see me? Yeah, man. So again, tonight we attack the COVID situation. It stabilized significantly, probably in June, early July, thereabout, we were having 30s and 40 cases per 24-hour period, and hospitalization numbers were very small. Recovery numbers were trending upwards, and the thing did kind of look like, you know what I mean, with the political level. The Prime Minister, in his wisdom, the Cabinet, by extension, decided to relax the COVID measures for a while. And as Jamaicans who we can't do nothing in a moderation, we would have abused those relaxed measures, and we are now averaging probably 500 cases. I know it was 300 and odd today, but for the past 5-6 days we have been averaging 500 plus cases, 15 to 19, 20 deaths per day, and it not look good. I was looking at the figures today, and I think 91 people are moderately ill in hospital, 60 odd people are seriously ill, some 50 odd people are critically ill. I might be saying some wrong figures, but they're in another region there. So hospitals are at peak capacity and overflowing in many instances. Many hospitals are out of COVID-19 beds. Some non-critical patients are being turned away because the numbers are, in terms of doctors, are just not there, and nurses. And we see, you know, where apparently across the nation today there was a sick out by nurses after the Prime Minister made reference to the fact that there would be no preferential treatment for nurses who become COVID positive and something. So the nurses would have taken offense to that. They are well within their rights to do so. Some of them decided not to turn up to work. I don't know how that will be treated with in the next few hours to see what tomorrow brings. So if it's not one thing, is another. And many people are pointing to the entertainment sector as being the epicenter of the new spike. And they are pointing to specific events, namely Dream Weekend. Some people go back as far as COVID-19, Mocha Fest and them something there. See, and mark you, Sands was one massive event again and things. So yes, many people are pointing to those events. However, being somebody who tend to look at things a little bit broader and not tunnel vision and through no political scopes, zine, and free of emotion, I tend to think the thing is bigger than that. So Mocha Fest was a problem because we see Hanover and Westmoreland has been suffering left, right, and center since that event, and others. We know the Dream Weekend situation, places like Sands. But the truth is, those big events ultimately have contributed to the spike. But when the COVID-19 measures were relaxed, it was only Dream Weekend and Sands and them big events that did get the go ahead and there were many other events taking place. Some round robin, some dance, some party, all type of things. So it would be disingenuous for us as a people to point fingers at just Dream Weekend and to blame the government wholly and solely. The truth is, all of us have a part to play in this, and I'll explain. Whilst the government may have held out against relaxing the measures, they did not. They decided to go ahead because, you know, people we did just need a break to ya, man. Look here, we did need a little break. That's the first thing. You see, for many people's sanity, we did just need a little break. You understand? But the truth is, separate and apart from those big events, many people been a keep underground party and pool party and this a party and that a party. So don't go and tell me say a Mocha Fest and Dream Weekend alone responsible for the situation. You know, and me know, so many other events were being held and many people would have probably become sick from attending those events. So don't make we pretend like we don't know the truth and the fact. So Dream Weekend and Mocha Fest and Sands would have contributed, probably significantly. But one to the rest of events, them what did I keep? Them the events them nobody when have COVID never attend none of the events. Let's be fair about the thing. The truth again is that taxi operators have contributed. The JUTC has contributed. Coastal bus system has contributed. Churches have contributed. Summer school for children a few weeks ago has contributed. Tax offices, Jesus Christ, tax offices has contributed. Many things has contributed. But you know the biggest contributing factor is the indiscipline of Jamaicans. You understand? So it is easy to say the government this and Andrew this and Christopher this and Jacqueline Bissesa Mackenzie that and all sort of people this and that. We this and that too. You understand? Because we don't believe in moderation. We are very selfish in many instances. And we too live by overdoing things. So all of us, if we take some responsibility in this. You see me I say? So in retrospect, granting permit for a Dream Weekend and Sands and Mocha Fest may have been wrong, as the data will suggest. But let's not pretend like these were the only events being held. Many people are saying, yo, adjust them events because most of the people them will promote the events there, them politically aligned and this and that. I don't know, Zine, but many other events were being held, permit or no permit. So let us accept that and treat with that. Enough of we at fault. So taxi, coaster, JUTC, tax office, KFC, everything played a part. No one thing not playing a part. You understand what I say? Indiscipline is the driving force behind the COVID situation in Jamaica. Yes, there has been some mismanagement on the part of the current administration, but indiscipline, the measures could be relaxed, and the numbers don't do with them there, But let's just party like it's our last day. You understand? I mean, let's face it, man. We are part of the problem too. See, many people are complaining to the government shouldn't relax. But then many people were clamoring for a relaxation. Many people did need to put on a one event so them youth couldn't get a uniform to go to school or pay a school fee or buy some book. So we are only looking at this thing from our context and in our perspective. Look here, many people out here are suffer, brother. Many people out here are struggle to find food to feed them family. You understand me? I say, whilst many of us are able to get by financially, see, for example, on Thursday, the government announced that some 7 lockdown days would follow soon. On Friday, you couldn't even move. You understand? Some supermarket shelf empty. Let me put it this way. Many Jamaicans were not able to go to the supermarket on Friday and Saturday, First thing, the time of the month, it was almost payday. Then some people broke from the last payday. You understand? So don't take it for granted that while many people can rush to the supermarket, you have many people who cannot. Some people can't eat if them not hustle. Them can't eat tonight if them not hustle today to find a food for go shop. You understand? So we have to look on the thing with a broader view and stop being so tunnel vision. I mean, if the Prime Minister lock down the country, people are complaining. If the Prime Minister free up the country and so on, do what no one do, people are complaining. If school open, people are complaining. If school lock, people are complaining. If no vaccine not there, people are complaining. If vaccine there, people are complaining. No matter what is done, if no curfew not did the people are complaining. If curfew did the people are complaining. No matter what is done, there will be people who are in support and people who are against it. No matter what. It's just the reality of the situation. And It cannot be easy to be running this country at this point in our history. It cannot be easy. Put it this way, I would not want to be in charge of this country at this moment in time. You understand? Jaja. So it no matter what happens, people are complaining. It's just the truth of the matter. There will be people for and against everything. You understand? No matter what decision is made, some people will be okay with it and some people will be upset by it. You understand? I suppose you have to just try to find a common ground and some form of balance and something will work for the majority. You see me? So it can't be easy. May I tell you the truth, oh God love? I'm not sympathy for politicians, Zane, but as a human being and looking at the situation and analyzing and assessing all factors involved, it can't be easy. You understand what I say? One knock, super chat available in brother. So there's a link to the top of the thing top of the chat where you can click on and contribute if you're so desire. But super chat not really available anymore. It never did available in Jamaica for a long time. If you see anybody with it, is we kind of go around the system and then YouTube did kind of do a thing one at a time and you understand? We just leave it where because we never did for Avatar in the first place. So yeah man. Yeah peeps. Unless it's a new thing, so I don't know. No. Seeing that, as I said, whilst the government has dropped the ball many times, ultimately we as citizens have a role to play, and many of us have not been playing said role throughout the onset of the pandemic. For the COVID situation to reach a level where we can treat with it with some form of comfort as a nation, all of us as Jamaicans will have to play our part. All of us as Jamaicans will have to make a few sacrifices. All of us as Jamaicans will have to look at the bigger picture. All of us as Jamaicans will have to remove the political clouds from our eyes. All of us as Jamaicans will have to remove some people when they know crap. We are telling you all sorts of things and we just lap it up out of our ears. It is going to take a united effort. It is going to take a few sacrifices. It is going to take patience. But it can happen, man. We need to stop blame and point fingers and take some responsibility, because many of us we have blame and not take responsibility and shirk responsibility. Ultimately we are part of the problem. You see? So no matter what kind of measures are implemented, people are governing this. If the Prime Minister just say, look here, you don't want to do, you got to hear this and that. If the Prime Minister say, yo, I saw a thing I go, you got to hear this and that. So no matter what, people are going to complain. We have to just find a way for us come together as a nation and treat with the situation. You understand? No one political party can do this, Zane. No one set of people can do this. Most of us have to be willing to treat with the situation, accept it for what it is, stop, play the blame game, and take some responsibility and move forward. And that's the thing there right now. We spend most of the time at complaining and criticize. And many of us we are complaining and criticize. Now do a squat to help the situation. You understand? Many of us just complain and criticize, so complain and criticize. Some we don't even know what we are complaining about or how we are criticized. So we just do it because, oh, it is a trendy thing to do. Oh, me go do it so me can get some views and likes on social media. Oh, me go do it because me I look some clout. Brother, a country over anything else, man. See? A country over everything else. But Noel, Father Noel, big up yourself. There is no decision that will be made now, sir, that will be uniformly seen as the right decision. There will be no decision that is made that will be uniformly seen as the wrong decision. Irrespective of what the Prime Minister does, the Cabinet does, there will be people who are okay with it and people who are not okay. You understand? That is a point that me I try to make. So yes, he's the Prime Minister. We know say he was elected to make the decisions. Yeah, that is not up for debate. But we are say no government alone can deal with the situation. It takes an entire country to deal with a situation that is affecting an entire country. See, it's not like a situation that affects one man, you know. It affects an entire nation. So it can't be just a few people or one set of people who deal with it. Everybody have to deal with it. So we just need to find some common ground. We need to approach the thing from a rational perspective and not from an emotional, political viewpoint. And the thing can reach. You see me? That is all me are saying. And tonight, you know, the truth is tonight is that me not really too concerned about other people's opinions tonight. Me just attack my mind. You understand? So you're entitled to the opinions, and this is just a general. As some from the beginning, me I said that. See, me not really come to bounce off no idea for nobody here. Me just come to talk my mind. See, everybody been attacked for their mind in my absence, so me can't talk my mind tonight. You see me? We need to unite. We need to join the fight. We need to spend less time finding problems and more time trying to find the solution to said problems. You understand? It is an amazing thing to see when Jamaicans are united. I remember recently when all of Jamaica was united against Sha'Carri Richards and their obnoxiousness and rudeness. Zine, and like we were a pack of wolves hunting with one mission in mind. You understand? So I have seen where we can unite. I remember when the Olympics were going on, we were behind our athletes, well, most of us, most of the times. Zine, and we were singing from the same hymn sheet. You understand? So we can't do it. We just choose not to do it. Because it is not beneficial to us every time to do it. I mean, I understand. But I just saw a thing go. We need to unite, man. We need... Politicians will be politicians. Feeble and fickle and fools. Sometimes. But politicians don't always make bad decisions. Sometimes the decisions are okay. Sometimes they are good. Zine, as a people we need, if there was any time in our history where we need to support our government, it is now. And whether the government was the People's National Party or the Jamaica Labour Party, now is the time to support the government. Because in supporting the government, you're supporting the recovery of the nation. You're supporting inflation going down. You're supporting economic recovery. You're supporting more people are able to put food on them table. You're supporting more people becoming gainfully employed again. You're supporting Jamaica. You understand what I say? So it is easy to see through a green shades or a orange shades. Right now, the shade where you should look through should be black, green, and gold family. Jamaica. No PNP or JLP. You understand? That is the situation. That is the time in which we currently exist. And these are unprecedented times. These are times that none of us have ever seen before. We need to be united. If some foolishness go on, we need to be united in sense of foolishness and in a sense. If something is proposed that is workable and it is for the betterment of the country, we need to look at it and unite behind it and move in a singular direction with a singular goal. And as such, we will achieve a singular outcome, which is improvement and progress. That is how I see it still. And as I say, I just talk how me feel, you know, fear. You understand what I say? And thing. You know, if you believe what me I say or take what me I say, I just I tell you what me see, how me see the thing. Like I said, you see what I talk, you say? Talk my mind. I not talk your mind, you know. I talk my mind. See, so then I know me have to remind people of these things. Now, so that is the COVID situation. All of we contribute to it, some way, somehow. Backside. See? Big up to the people that we are try hold it down, where I treat with the protocols, them who not get comfortable, see, and them some there. The next sore point about the COVID thing is the push towards vaccination. Yeah? And as I said, whilst I have not been streaming or doing any video surrounding that, I have been looking at the discourse. I have been listening, I have been reading, I have been hearing people share their views. And I mean, it's totally fine. See, we live in a democratic society where we are afforded said opportunity. See, nothing wrong with that. And whichever side of the fence you are on, read the vaccine, it is your right to be on that side of the fence. If you are pro-vaccine, pro-vaxxer, as in you are in support of the vaccine, good on you. If you are somebody who is against the vaccine, good on you. If you are somebody who is hesitant to read the vaccine, good on you. That is your choice to make. What you should not be doing, though, is imposing your views on other people. So if you are vaccinated, awesome. If you don't feel like you're going to take the vaccine, your business. And that should remain your business. If you are hesitant, you're not sure, you're seeking some information, go out and seek it in places where correct information exists. Not social media. See, re-vaccine, I have said from the beginning, and those people who are here when I stream, you would have heard me explicitly. I would not mince the words when we're talking. I am someone who from the get-go had no issue with a vaccine. As I have said, all of us are, most of us are fully immunized, and that's what we would have been immunized through vaccines. Vaccine are not new. You understand what I say? My take was that though, I wouldn't take a vaccine until, all of the kinks would have been sorted out and the dirty water run off. Those were probably the words that I used. You understand? So that is me. I would never tell a man to go take the vaccine, and I would never tell a man not to take the vaccine. The vaccine is for me, it should be a personal choice. And you shouldn't do so because you feel forced to do so. It should be a choice that you make. That is my personal view. Again, tonight, may I talk my mind. May not talk your mind. My view is if you are interested in taking the vaccine, it's your choice. If you are against taking the vaccine, again, your choice. If you are seeking information about the vaccine, go and seek information where information exists, not where information is created. That is my view, my perspective. See? I have been called a sheep because I say that I am not opposed to the vaccine. And I am okay. All of us have to be something. You understand? If there are no sheep, then we're not going to have no shepherds. You understand what I say? You're free to call me what you wish. All I am saying, and where I sit, I have no issue with vaccines. Seeing, but that is my choice. If you have an issue with vaccine, that is your choice. Keep your choice and I'll keep my choice. I am never going to look on Rosie and say, Rosie, go take the vaccine. I would never do that. I would never look at Rosie and say, Rosie, don't take the vaccine. I would never do that because it should be Rosie's choice. My view. So you have pro-vaxxers out and about and spreading the word of the vaccine situation. You have the anti-vaxxers out and about and sowing seeds of doubts. You have the vaccine hesitants. They are not certain, they are not sure, they may hear some things, them as a people are dead. Fine, let me get that. For me, I am pro-choice. Make the choice where you want. That is my thing. And as I said, your choice is your choice. But your choice should not be imposed on people. If you want to take it, go ahead. You don't need to tell people, say them need to. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to take care of you and your family. Zane, if you don't want to take it, that is your choice. But it should not be your responsibility to be going around telling people not to. That's not your responsibility. You understand me I say? So, vaccine, from the get-go, me tell you no, I tell you no again. Me don't tell you no already. I tell you no again, I have never been opposed to the vaccine. Hello. So one, alright, so I could talk a little now. Cause so there are cases, there's discussion for and against the vaccine. Saying the people then when I say enough to take no vaccine, them I say a gene therapy. I don't know nothing about that. You understand me? I say I can't speak to that. I have not done any research treating with that. Some people are saying, how the vaccine develops so quick. No, we are living in 2021. Are you telling me that you are expecting a vaccine development to take the same time when it took 50 years ago? Then that can't make no sense. Science and technology is far more advanced than 50 or 100 years ago. So, common sense and logic would dictate that science is at a place where it can treat with the development of a vaccine quicker in 2021 than it could in 1901. Again, that is just my view. I could be wrong. See? Right. Some people are having adverse reactions. And the truth is, any medicine, vaccine, pill, whatever it is that has been developed, there have been people who take it and nothing happen to them. There have been people who take it and things happen to them. Any medicine, you will have people who have adverse reactions to it. That is just the reality. That will never change. There will be no medicine that is created where everybody are going to take it and everybody are going to alright. It not going to happen. You understand what I say? So, you know from the get-go, say, this thing is a possibility, say I might have adverse reactions. That is not new. So again, it is a choice for you to make. Nobody if you don't make a choice for you know. I know we kind of inch towards a stage where people are being egged on and forced and pushed and finagled and coerced and caressed into taking the vaccine. Again, for me, it should always be a personal choice. So, adverse reactions. Some adverse reactions apparently has been fatal. I can't tell you presently how many people have died, but people have had adverse reactions to the vaccine. And then I mean, I think I just AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson, all of them, I suppose there have been adverse reactions. See, in the situation in Jamaica, the numbers, I remember there was a 200 and something number one at the time, people displaying adverse reaction. Don't know what the numbers are presently. So fine, so that is a cause of concern. See? Also, and for me, the biggest issue that I have with the vaccine is that these vaccines have not been approved by the FDA. So they have been approved for emergency use, and of course we're in an emergency. But I don't know that it sits well with me that the Food and Drug Administration or agency, one of them has not approved these vaccines. Yeah. People have been saying, why not the vaccine? I don't know any of the vaccine. I never do chemistry. You understand? I did the arts, geography, social studies, the literature, English, then subject there. You understand what I said? History and names. You see me? So I don't know. But do we really and truly spend time to think about what is in the medicines that we have been taking from our children? Do we sit and spend time looking at what is in the bleaching cream that none of us use? The alcohol beverages that many of us consume? You see, so it is a matter of context and perspective, people. Zane, watch this. A seatbelt is put in a car to reduce the possibility of you dying in an accident or to increase the possibility of you surviving. But people are wearing seatbelt already and then crash and dead. You put grills on your house to keep out criminals, but then cut them off and you understand what it may do? It may give you some time to realize that them cut it off and you react to it. But none of them things are not foolproof, brother. The seatbelt in your car don't mean say you're going to live if you crash. It gives you an opportunity, a greater chance of survival. Now, without getting into the whole vaccine thing, I'm just saying that, like, again, it's a matter of choice. So we are look upon the people them we are against it and the people them for it. The people them for it I say, okay, fine. So you take the vaccine and you still can't catch the virus. I mean, that is very concerning. I mean, I understand why people will be concerned about that. Of course. Like, if I take the vaccine and then I still can't catch COVID and then why am I going to take it? But the science is suggesting for the people who are saying you should, that if you take the vaccine and you become COVID-19 positive, your body is at a better place in surviving the effects of the virus. That's the thing. So I don't know. You decide, stop tell people what them to do and you do what you want to do. Make people make their own choice. My views. If you are for the vaccine, go ahead and take your vaccine. If you are against the vaccine, at your choice, left them with their vaccine. Stop tell people where you are do. Make people do what them want to do. My thing that. Zane, so there you go. Yes, people who have taken the vaccine has contracted the virus and some people have died. You understand? So I don't know. Choice. You have many people out there about they not take vaccine and them a walk up and down and crate and pop their ass. Let me talk about that crate thing before I move on. So you're free for do what you want to do. If you want to climb up on somewhere and jump off, or your business that. See? But the hospitals are currently overrun with COVID-19 patients. See? And before I go there too, I have seen people very close to me has contracted COVID-19. Thank God I have not had to deal with it. I don't know if my catch and was asymptomatic. I've never been tested, that's a one. But I've never really presented with any symptoms per se. But give thanks to that. And I have taken a few risks. For example, each time I do an interview and sit down beside somebody for 1.5, 2.5 hours is a risk. You understand what I say? And I am fully aware of that. But we're going faith. Zane, people who are very close to me have contracted the virus and I have seen what it has done to people. People very close to me have been vaccinated. Some of them fully vaccinated. And I have not seen any adverse reaction, thank God. Zane, so I have seen both sides of the thing. Thankfully, nobody close to me has died, but I know of people who have died after contracting the virus. You understand? You still have people out there say the virus not real, brother. Well, I guess the people that were close to me and lie them I tell them because I have seen it. You understand what I say? So, I don't know. And people close to me, very close to me, have been vaccinated. You understand? One dose, some people fully vaccinated. So, I don't know. Again, it is a matter of choice. If you want to become vaccinated, you go ahead. If you don't want to, then you don't. But it is not for you to tell people to or not to. you can encourage, but you don't impose your views on people, and me not depend on that part. You understand? I see people get vexed and at these people because they are for or against it. Like that don't make no sense, brother. You see me? And thing. So, I don't know. But the create challenge business, you know, we are in the midst of a pandemic, on our third wave. Zine, hospitals are out of beds. Hospitals are out of ventilators. Doctors are stretched thin, working some crazy hours trying to keep the health system from collapsing. But here comes some fools. Here comes some people who have nothing to do. And everything we America do, except the good things them, we take up, you know. We don't realize that there are still good examples in America for us to take, but we don't take on them there. Any little crap come out of America or anywhere around the world, them we take. Any little idiot challenge and thing we're going to put yourself in a danger of them something. See? So, this creating, you not tap until somebody pop their neck. You understand? Doctors are already overworked. Nurses are already overworked. And people who are actually dying are not in a position oftentimes to get full attention from our doctors and nurses because they are overwhelmed. But okay, let's continue to fill up our hospitals by being imbeciles. People who don't know that create something there. Sensible people I want me to talk to. Who don't know that create something there. You understand? Me see man all do create challenge pan house up all a drop on the head pan concrete. Then that makes sense, brother. But no own yourself, man. No own yourself. But no, so when I go get some crate, I say, but some crate a Guinness and Heineken on the dead yard. No dead yard even at all keep still. I look who's singing sitting. So if I crate, I look when I get some crate, but a Guinness and Heineken and Jagger and Red Stripe. Don't worry about it. Because someone will go dead. Because I'm not sensible, you know. Like, yo, I don't know Rasta. The joke is this. Jaja. But we have some great food, man. Don't worry about it. You have created sell Scotty. So every little thing with. Next thing you know, one of the ongoing stories has been simmering and bubbling and meandering along for a while is the situation surrounding Maroon communities in Jamaica. Truth is, when it comes on to the Maroon communities, probably the name brand community is a compound. The one that is normally most visible and the one that normally has probably the most vocal leaders, Zane and thing, the one that try to push forward advancement and thing within the community, a compound. And after the last election in a compound, Chief Richard Curry assumed leadership for their compound Maroons. And as such, has become a very popular figure within the Jamaican society. See? For various different reasons. The women, them love him and yeah, some man will rate him because I'm thinking he's a strong leader and him, you know what I mean, him willing to stand up against quote unquote Babylon or the system. So for whatever reasons. See, the chief is somebody who I have open communication lines with. Is somebody who I can reach out to and ask questions if I need to. And you know what I mean? So however, that said, we see now where the Maroon situation in recent weeks has come again front and center within public discourse. And it is easy, so like me I preach now, it is easy for us to take these things from an emotional standpoint, from a sentimental standpoint. And we say things that, you know what I mean, we are not really as informed as we should be when we say things as citizens. Zane, we know well. I know many people know that there's a Maroon treaty. Many people don't know say 1739 it was signed, but we just know say a Maroon treaty. Many of us don't even know what is said in the treaty, but we know say it did it. Because we have become so dependent on social media and social media personalities to provide us with information. It is hurting us. And as somebody who provides information on social media, I don't want nobody at all. None of my 250,000 subscribers, even though enough of them no watch, then just subscribe and gone. I don't know who send them in. But watch ya, I never want it to be a situation where my 250,000 subscriber sits down and depend on everything that teach them say as gospel. I will be very disappointed. I want viewers, when I share information, they challenge it and go and do some research to either verify it or to add to a discussion. As an educator by training, I appreciate that. You have some people now who anything them favorite social media personality say is gospel according to John 3 verse 16. And not when nobody else tell them no right, you know. Because I feed them vlogger said that, you know, brother. I feed them vlogger the bastion of all things moral and right, you know. Stop doing that. You are okay to... It is okay for you to support your social media people. It is very okay. There's nothing wrong. Whether it is teach them or anybody else. See? Because I know that most of the people who watch my channel watch many other channels. It's just because whilst you will get certain things from teacher now get involved in a certain things. Whilst the next man will do that and you like that too, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But be not fully dependent on what people on social, because look here, it ultimately come down to the fact that 99.999% of us on social media are do that something have to make some money, nothing else. Many of us who come so we are try seek change and I try drive change. Yeah, change 1,000. Nothing no go so. Take it from me. You understand? So many of you have fallen prey to people who have some agendas, but you are so blind to it you don't see it. You understand? And them can't do no wrong for you. But that is on you. I am just saying, I do not want any of my viewers to accept everything when me tell them as gospel. Whilst I try to fact check and verify the information that I share, sometimes the information that reaches to me is wrong. Sometimes it takes a few hours for the real information to come. So, don't because they used to teach them, so this means it have to right. I hope it is always right. But it is not always right. Because the CNN and BBC make mistake. So if CNN and BBC with all the resources what them have can make mistake on TVG and CVM, then why I can't make mistake? I try though to wait, to verify, to check before I post. Because for me, it is not all about uploading first. It is about uploading the correct thing. But that's the next story for your next time. We'll get to that. Maroons, you know. The Maroon situation in Jamaica is a very curious one in that whilst there is a treaty, and I know what the treaty says because I have read the treaty, that treaty was signed in 1739 and we are now living in 2021 Jamaica. Jamaica as a nation has evolved. Some ways for the better, some ways for the worse. And as such, the situation that existed in Jamaica in 1739 is not the situation that exists in Jamaica in 2021. Seeing that Jamaica was granted full independence in 1962. See? So it means that the conditions that existed back then are totally different from the conditions that exist now. So yes, there's a treaty, and you cannot unilaterally disband a treaty. That is the first thing first. However, some utterances that have been made and some things that are being said in recent times by people within the Maroon community and outside the Maroon community has led me to draw a simple conclusion. And it is this. Until the government of Jamaica and the Maroon community are communities in this country sit down formally to have a meaningful discussion about the situation, there will be problems. I'll say it again. Until the Maroon community and the government of Jamaica, the Ministry of Culture, the Ministry of National Security, possibly the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, seeing that that treaty was signed by the British, sits down and have a frank, meaningful discussion, there will be problems. Let me tell you why. Because there are many blurred lines with this Maroon thing. And people are going to say, yo, teacher, what you mean blurred? You don't know what blurred mean. It mean, clear. Teacher, what you mean? There are many gray areas in relation to this Maroon situation. Teacher, what you mean gray? It means saying a white or in a black, it's gray. And until those blurred lines and gray areas are unblurred and some color is placed on these gray areas, they will remain blurred and gray and there will be problems. The Maroons have said that they are sovereign state. I know many Jamaicans who are not comfortable with a state within a state. The Maroons have stated that they are an autonomous people. Many people are questioning the autonomy of the Maroons. And in order for these questions to disappear, there has to be some meaningful discussion between the Maroons and the government of Jamaica. Or else, misunderstanding, miscommunication, misrepresentation, and missteps will continue. If I am to make a simple suggestion to Chief Curry and the lead up of Scotsall and Maroon Town and Moore Town and the whole of the place them is to seek audience. And I suppose it is important as well for the government to seek audience. Man, so if I leave Maroons alone. And to get some consensus going, get some understanding of the Maroon situation as it exists in 2021 in independent Jamaica. There will be problems. And this is not an emotional thing for me, as it is for many people. I am just looking at the situation, and I think the only way to treat with it is to have dialogue. This to and fro and throwing word and it not going to solve nothing. Because whether you like it or not, the Maroon situation that existed in 1739 cannot be the same situation that exists in 2021. And that is the cold, hard truth. You understand? I am not questioning anything really Maroons, you know. I am just saying there is a problem. Anybody who can see that. And a lot of things have been said by many people in Maroon communities and outside, within the government. I see Chang say something over there. It rubs some people the wrong way. So it means that there are festering wounds, and if you don't treat with it, you have to go chop off some foot. There has to be discussions between all parties involved to clear up these blurred lines and these gray areas. So you are okay to treat with it from an emotional, sentimental perspective. I am just treating with it from the cold, hard facts. Said there's a problem and there has to be some form of discourse between the parties involved. Done. All right. The crime situation in this country, I don't know what to say about it anymore. I have, on this platform for years now, addressed many different stories, issues, situations. We have spent a lot of our time and energy and resources treating with the COVID pandemic. I suppose if prior to March 10, 2020, if we had expended half of the energy that we have expended in treating with the COVID-19 situation, crime in Jamaica would be at a more tolerable rate. That said, it is what it is. The COVID that killed people, criminals that kill people. You understand? And criminals are still killing more people annually than COVID. So it still means that possibly the real pandemic in Jamaica is a crime situation. Babies, women, children, boys, girls, men, grandparents, nobody is safe. Nobody's life means much these days, apparently. You understand? The guns keep coming. The guns keep barking. Blood keeps running. People keep dying. Politicians keep talking. Just like the COVID situation, crime cannot be fixed by any government. A government led by the People's National Party, a government led by the Jamaica Labour Party. No one government can treat with the crime situation in Jamaica. No government alone can treat with the crime situation in Jamaica. It will take the input of all law-abiding, well-thinking Jamaicans at home and abroad. It will take extensive amounts of investment into resources. It will take a great reduction of corruption within the force under a political landscape, because them things that go hand in hand too. But above all, it will have to take a mindset change from us as a people. We have become very anti-police, and police are the ones who are at the forefront of the crime fight. We have become very complicit with criminals and their activities, whilst becoming anti-police. And then we still complain that nothing go on. If you not help the situation, then you can't go on, family. And the whole of we are suffering. Zane, whilst you may not have nobody who dead recently, It's just a matter of time. Based on a numbers game. Even if one of your family member or somebody where you know, it is coming. Then when it happen, we complain. When we couldn't do something from early to try stem the flow. You see me? I don't know, yeah, brother. I know what else to say, man. Other than I hold a winner, that's up, man. And some people can push forward and some people stand up or stepping back way. All of us, well-thinking, law-abiding, Jamaican citizens, we have to be singing from the same hymn sheet. Within the crime fight, there will have to be sacrifices. Like with anything else in this life, there will unfortunately be some collateral damage. I don't know, as a people we are prepared to accept that. The government alone cannot do it. It will take partnership between the government and any party that is in opposition. So I don't know. It is hell when somebody of white skin color kills somebody who is black. Hell. Jamaicans at home are yard demonstrate if somebody in America is killed, a black person is killed in America by a white person. Jamaicans are yard demonstrate, for that, Whilst every day in Jamaica, blacks kill blacks. And the response is numb and muted most times. You understand? So, it is okay for us to kill each other, but nobody else not to kill we, I suppose. It's the message there. I don't know. I probably am reading it wrong. It's strange. Strange, this feeling I'm feeling. Black Lives Matter, they say them believe in. I'm going to build a song there. In a flow. Then, our politics is a mess. Our political representatives is what it is. I don't know. There are so many issues with this thing. It's strange, yeah, but I don't know. Politicians are the major producers of crime in Jamaica. Well, I can't speak to that. I know that in the 80s, 90s, probably early 2000s, the influence of politicians was strong. Many places don't know politicians on attack because none of them supply the finances and resources anymore. A lot of scabbing and guns with jug and man go fire and go work and buy goods and them something. Some politician can't talk to someone at some place. So don't get it twisted. So whilst the politicians may still in some areas be influencing negatively, most of the money we do them thing now depend upon no politician. They're not answer to no politician. No politician not give them nothing. Them not need nothing from no politician. The thing evolve. You see me? So whilst now it is the political representatives' responsibility to ensure that the social and economic conditions are as such where the youths them don't feel like them need to resort to gang violence and crime and criminality. Sure, them have to take responsibility for that. But to say that politicians now are, I would debate that. I am not of that view because many of the youth them now, them do them thing upon their own, brother. You understand? Now for the youth them, well, if you say them a go foreign, go look at better life, and them a buy guns and come here in a family. You understand? But it is easy to forget that. Many of the men them were jumping a boat or say them a fisherman. A gun them a fish, you know, brother. You understand? But it's always easy to forget these things, and you know, politicians take the blunt of the blame for everything in this country. And that is not true anymore. Them still a part of the problem, of course. But many of us are so blinded by this politician blame thing that we don't see the real thing in under we eye. You understand? That's the truth. But I understand how people view things, and you know, it's always the system and the politician when the man right beside we. Well, that's how it thing go. Again, it's a mindset thing. Seeing, and whilst they have contributed significantly down the years, I don't know that many of them influence as great as it was, because as I said, some man take not off from a politician. You understand? One time politician could have send for someone, send for with someone, no. Nothing like that. You understand? Man, I send for politician. It thing evolve next, man. It thing evolve, man. A lot of scamming and drug running and thing, I know, man, never use supply them thing, brother. You see me? So the next big thing recently was the whole Fox 5 interview with Vybz Kartel and Lisa Evers. You know, many people has made a lot out of it. The system again was placed under the microscope. The prison system for one, and the quote-unquote system that the artists say fight him and them something. So, you know, there's a lot of systemic issues. This interview, though, is simply an interview to bring more international eyes on the case and to drum up support. That's all it is. Nothing more. There was nothing new emerging from the interview. Nothing that we haven't heard before. It was just another move to... I mean, ISAT did an interview a few weeks or so ago somewhere. I don't even know where because I never watch it. This interview is just another move to bring some more eyes and ears to the case and to get some support. Nothing more. ISAT said the interview was done while Kartel was at the St. Catherine Adult Correctional Facility, prison overall, Spanish Town, before he was transferred back to Horizon. So I don't know. ISAT Buchanan, I think though, is walking a very slippery slope. ISAT is, in my view, very clout hungry and is willing to do a lot of things inclusive of towing the lines and the boundaries of practicing law to build a name and a career and a reputation for himself. And that is very tricky, very risky, but to each his own. Also, I saw where ISAT did another interview where he's saying that Vybz Kartel is willing and ready to take the vaccine. I am wondering if that's just another smoke show to reduce the conversation around the interview. I don't know. You know, these people do things and them something. It was very interesting to hear Vybz Kartel though saying God save the Queen, knowing that same Vybz Kartel has called, you know, many Jamaicans who are not in support of his appeal bossy slaves and bowing to Babylon. It was just very ironic. Are them things that me take out of it. So, you know, I mean, this is neither here nor there. The DCS need to sort out themselves and thing. So, neither here nor there for me. So, watch and see. The appeal is in front of the Privy Council, and we'll see how that goes. And thing. It's neither here nor there. Peeps, big up on yourself, you know. Easy me. You know, heart love. We're not long. We just come to talk some things. And we are soon on Friday. No, tomorrow night, not Friday night. Today Thursday. Today Wednesday. Oh yeah, me soon Friday night. And then things there. But love on us still. Heart of love. Big up on yourself. Zine, and whether I agree with the things I have said tonight or not, I still love. You understand? We will see things differently. Zine, but we can agree to disagree and we can be civil. We not have to tell no man about them mad or if we move them this and that or S that because we not share them perspective on anything. I am just one person with one brain with a particular thought process. I like to remove emotions from the situation and treat with the thing as is and call a spade. Who forget big up get big up, who forget runway get runway. It's never personal for me. You understand? I mean, I may get opinionated sometimes, but I try to stick to the facts. Zine, as a gentleman said the other day, you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. Facts are just facts. You see me? Rain a fall, breeze a blow. Then if you're a body what to do, then your business that in a scatty. Teach opinions are that is opinion. You understand? So I don't saw a thing go. There's nothing personal in this thing for me with us. You know what I mean? Share our views and keep it moving. Who vex, who no vex. And them something. So soon, I think I may be doing a premiere Saturday night. Maybe. I have a wedding to shoot Saturday. Well, what is left of it? Because about 5 people are going to be there now. Because they know the COVID restrictions and them something there. So they had to downsize significantly. I was looking forward seeing that it would be my first wedding, actually shooting the wedding video, not pictures yet. And thing. But I think I may start editing that interview tomorrow and see how it go. And yeah. Big up on yourself. We're there, yeah. Scotty, a long time I don't see you. Good. How are you there? I forgot to say rain a fall and breeze a blow. Ali Cat, big up yourself. Zane Floyd Henry, big up yourself in the family. Miss Althea Owell, Diamond Clark, John Johnson, Rosie B, Rushian Bent. Ellie, what go on sis? Invest, Addict. Big up yourself, you know. Bigger brother. Hope all is well, you know. Eton Edwards, Bam Bam. Manners and respect, you know, bro. Zane, Miss Daisy Sukar, Miss Joan Gray, Christopher Daly. Christopher, what go on you? Joe Grind. Big up yourself. Yes, big up yourself in a broski. You understand? Xavier Montague, blessings, you know. All of the people that went at the building. Empress Kanaika, go on. Hope all is well, you know. You see me, I say, manners and respect every time, you know. Be impressive. Andrea D, Zane, and the works. Nix, Malvo, mad. Leighton Stewart, blessings. Finar, the man of the girls, them say a star. You know what I mean? Them man that just love the girl, them, you know what thing go. No war. Ranks from Trinidad. Bless Peeps. Rich Kid. Manners. Vaccine in the arm. Defense for the COVID-19 war. Floyd Henry. David Hines. Peace. Big up on yourself. Walk good. Step with ya. Safe travel upon the gravel. Friday. About 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. You know what thing go. Chris Malcolm. Zach. Don't look for it. Get book for it. What good? I'm out.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends and browse the channel for more amazing content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.